So you're running out of closet space. The good news? You don't need to stop shopping. You just need to start selling with The RealReal. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. Whether it's that mini bag that can't even fit your phone or those boots you never fully broke in, The RealReal handles everything from photography and copywriting to shipping and pricing. So you can just sit back, get paid, and make room for things that actually feel like you. And with 10,000 plus new arrivals every single day from top designers like Prada, Celine, Louis Vuitton, and Loewe, all for up to 90% off retail, you're bound to find something perfectly on brand to fill that extra closet space with. Plus, this May only, you can get an extra $200 to shop when you sell for the first time. Make room for what feels like you. Go to therealreal.com to start selling and get your extra $200 to keep shopping at therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com. Terms apply.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back, with nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome everyone to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, with a podcast for women over 50. My name is Eden and Christine is with me as always, and she's a professional organizer. I am whatever the polar opposite of that would be. We are so different in so many ways, and for years, somehow we make it work.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And now we're to the point where we have fun just pointing it out. Like in our last episode, we found out that you like a hairier man than I like. So who knew? Who knew?
It's
because
true.
it never came up because we're both married. So it's not like we were out there on the hunt together. And
No.
So, okay, thankfully. But today, our topic is monotasking. And if you know us at all, you know one of us doesn't believe in monotasking and one of us
us. Yeah, that's right.
One of us lives to monotask.
Yes.
So we'll get to that. Of course, we like to start with what's on our radar, and we will have some organizational stuff for you at the end of the episode as well. So I'll start with what's on my radar this time.
Yes.
And I put it in our Ladies Only Facebook group, which we always love if you can join us on Facebook. It's called Ladies Only, Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only. I'm an avid reader, but when I say reader, I listen to audiobooks. Some people say that's not reading. I just don't even get into the details of that. I always say I read this book, even though I listened to it. But the latest one I read, and I posted this, is called The Calamity Club. And it's the first one in a long time by the author of The Help. And it's delicious to listen to. I mean, I'm sure it's a good read as well, but it's really, really great. And I was just asking our other ladies what they've been reading lately. And in the course of that, something between you and I came up, which I didn't really know. And that is, you prefer nonfiction. And of course, I love a good rom-com, or in this case, historical fiction.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I just learned about listening when we had to listen to that book, because I'm not a reader, because I read so much online that when I have free time, I'm not sitting with a book or on my iPad or anything like that for reading. But if I'm going to read, it better be a juicy, true story about someone's life or something like that. I want to hear drama. I want to hear some good scoop. And I think it goes back to, you always like vicariously live through other people's experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on reading. Which
I will say this: I love a good memoir. I said I don't
Yes.
like nonfiction, but a good memoir I love. And the older the person writing the memoir, the juicier it is, because they give 0 Fs. They will tell you everything. And the one that I read that I was like, what? Is Shirley Jones from the Partridge Family. Let me tell you who's got a spicy memoir. Yes.
Woo!
Oh, we're talking
Shirley.
swinging and threesomes and the deal.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah. And she's telling you who and when and who wouldn't and all of it. But that's a difference. But if you're reading something and you want to share it with the class, please head over to our Ladies Only Facebook group. That's where we've got that going. What else you got on your radar, lady?
Well, I'm going to talk about Aritzia, which is a clothing store. It's all over, even out of the United States. I don't know what I feel about this, but they don't have mirrors in their dressing rooms.
Wait, do
Okay.
we have one of these stores in
Yes.
Jacksonville?
Yes. And they were having their big yearly sale. So I wanted to go in there and get a few things. And I go in there. And one reason I avoid it is because I don't like the communal mirror where you try something on and then have to go. First of all, because every 20, 30, early 40s person is there and they look phenomenal in
Of course.
everything they try on. I mean, I don't know how they decide what to buy. That's how great they all look. And then there comes out the 63-year-old woman. And the reason why I love going in there is their athleisure wear is really, really great. And so this time I went in for the sale and I was just going to buy it and leave and bring it home and try it on. If I didn't like it, return it. And she goes, "You want to try that on?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine, because it's the sale. And if I want to pick up more colors." She goes, "I'll give you the room with the mirror." So they put
What?
in mirrors in like 2 rooms, and I think it's for the old people
Who don't
because
want to
the
come out?
older people don't want to come out. So I said, "Oh, is this for the old people?" And she laughs, but you could tell it was a nervous laughter. Like, yeah, I
She's
mean,
on to me.
right, because, you know, and so I left there going, now I feel weird. Like I got the one room that has the mirror because I'm old, but
They didn't
I,
want you out there. Maybe it's more like, don't come out.
yes,
We
right.
don't want
Because we
everyone to
don't
see
want to
what this looks like
see
on.
that. So anyway, I actually was very appreciative of the mirrors. So if Aritzia is ever listening to anyone, because there's been a lot of complaints online about them not having mirrors in their dressing
I've
rooms.
never,
Yes, yes, it's big. It's a huge store. Like, I mean,
really?
yeah, it's really big.
It's like I'm in a parallel universe. I'm sure that's all I'll hear about after that.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I'm really into athleisure, but
Yeah, yeah,
good looking athleisure, and they
sure.
do have really, really, really great things. So anyway, I'm happy to announce they have 2 rooms with mirrors. The
So
rest
ask
still
for the
don't have
mirrors.
mirrors. Yeah.
Speaking of mirrors, in Target, and I occasionally will slip in there if I need a bathing suit. I like that they sell them separate, the bottoms and the tops. I always wonder how they ever sold a single bathing suit in that place because their mirrors are their lighting is terrible in there. And they have the front and back mirror so you can see both sides, which I think is not ideal to try to sell anyone over 50 a bathing suit.
That is one thing. If I ever owned a store, I would make sure that the mirrors were flattering and the lighting was flattering because I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many stores I go into the dressing room and go, I don't look like this at home.
Yeah, you're
What
not doing
happened?
yourself any favors.
No, I look
Market,
awful.
yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't notice that in my mirror at home. I'm
Right.
like, this must be a funhouse mirror. Like I make up, things in my head. Yeah, I agree. I think,
But Target with that back mirror that you can see your whole backside, it's like, that's none of my business. I don't need to know what I look like in the back. I'm never going to have to see it. Don't show me.
oh my
You just
God, that's
lost
so
a $20 sale on a
right.
bathing suit.
Yeah. Most of the time, I have to be honest, I bring things home from
Yeah,
everywhere, try them
and try it
on,
on
and
it.
if I
Yeah.
don't like them, I return them because one, I'm always wearing tennis shoes because my feet always hurt. And to take off my tennis shoes and the socks and the leggings or whatever, it's just a pain. So,
I'm
I
a
usually
serial
bring it home.
returner as well. I'm a big time returner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So, okay. So the mirrors were on your radar. Next on my radar is the fact that at the time of this recording, I am a mere weeks away from being 60.
And I'm
I'll
so
be turning 60.
excited.
You're excited?
I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, so one of the conversations that we've been having, I mean, we've talked on and off for a few years now about how there's this turning point when you turn 60. I'm not afraid of it because to me, if I'm going to be 59, I may as well be 60.
Right.
I'd rather get that. When you say you're 59, you get kind of that funny look. When you say you're 60, you either get a oh or a. It's just,
No, it's
I may as
usually
well be.
it's usually that.
Yeah, but I mean, you may as well. So, but there's been an ongoing stress in my life, and that is a party. So my husband is also turning 60, and we are also celebrating 30 years of marriage. Such a blessing. So blessed. But the idea of throwing a party was just stressing me out. It was making me so incredibly anxious because for a few reasons. One is I have some family members that aren't thriving in this moment. And I felt just wrong, just wrong. Like
Yeah.
how I can't celebrate. How can I celebrate? And then the other part of it was I just don't like to leave anyone out. I feel like I can't leave anyone out. So whatever we do, it has to be like an open house situation. Fortunately, one of my girlfriends said, when I tried to say I'm not having a party, she said, I absolutely forbid that. You're having a party. I'll put my name on it so that if anyone hears about it and doesn't show up, it's me. It's my fault. I can't possibly reach every single person you know. So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard about this and you feel like that's clearly an oversight, reach out to me. But I love that I've removed myself from that part of it. But anyway, I way overthink things, way overthink them.
Well, and what did I say to you
That we're
yesterday?
so different. We're
I
so different.
said, we are so different because I had a 60th birthday dinner planned, and it was like going to be out of town with like 15 people. And as it kept getting closer, like you, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to leave my house. I don't feel like doing it. I want to cancel. And everyone, my kids, my husband, my friends were like, you can't cancel. I'm like, I'm at a point right now where I'm kind of getting a little bummed out about it. I don't know why. I was all fine about it. And now all of a sudden, well, one day before we were supposed to leave, and it was during the probably 2023, I think. So not the heat of COVID, but during COVID, my husband got COVID, and we had to cancel because
Boy, Mitch, way to take one for the team.
Well, he laughed so hard. He goes, oh my God, I just tested positive for COVID. And I went, what? And he goes, I think you should. I go, oh no, I can't leave you in your time of need. No way. What if
it was his birthday gift to you?
I said, what if you take a turn for the worse and I'm not here? I need to be here for you. And I said, we need to cancel. And then I'm in the hallway, like with my arms up and down doing a dance. I was so happy. So anyway, I just think some birthdays, and I think 60 is that way. Now, once it happens, you're fine. It's just leading up to it. 50, I did not feel that way. 50, I couldn't wait. I threw myself a huge birthday party, had such a great time, but I did not feel that way at 60. At 60 just felt happy to be alive.
What do you think about this premise? First of all, agree on that one. What do you think about this premise? I also now understand that people feel imposed upon when you invite them to a party. And I didn't want to be the reason someone feels like they have to leave their house. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to make all these people have to leave their house. They're all my age. None of them want to be there. And my friend said, that's not true.
That's not true for you.
You're not the people want to go out.
And that's not true for you. I mean, everywhere we go, I even told your husband this at Casey and the Sunshine Band concert. There's Eden doing her thing. I mean, you have so many friends that people would be mad if they couldn't do it, if they couldn't come. And you're doing a casual thing. No one's wearing like a tux. I mean, a formal gown. It's casual. It's, no, we're doing this. That's it. End of story.
Well, just reach out to me if you didn't get an invitation and you think you probably needed one. And because I didn't want any part of that. And then also just know that if you would rather stay home in your pajamas, I 100% feel you. You don't even have to make up an excuse. You can just be like, not feeling it. I'd be like, yeah, I hear ya. I almost didn't come myself. Thanks very much.
So one thing I have to mention, since this is a podcast for women over 50, I love that because you're early 60, I'm going to be 64 in August, so I'm almost middle 60. I love that you still care what people think because that will shift. It just, you haven't hit the shift point yet. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
But I noticed, I picked up on that you really still will be upset if someone gets their feelings hurt because I mean, knowing you, we'd have to invite the whole entire city in order for someone not to get their feelings hurt. I mean, every time I'm out with you, we would need to invite the city. Whereas me, we can invite my classic 10 people, and that would be it.
We should talk about what happened with the seats at the Casey thing. That was so funny. So we ended up getting we had some lovely seats. Listen, it doesn't happen all the time, so I'm not going to act like, oh, people always give us things. But Casey's people were so kind that when they set up the meet and greet, they also gave us tickets. But that was just, I think, in their mind, because you have to do that. I don't know if there was but whatever, they were all separate tickets. We had our own tickets. They were upstairs, cheaper tickets. But they gave us 3 separate tickets, my husband and you and I. But they were nice tickets, but they were not together. So I was able to ask somebody that worked at the theater, and these people were so lovely.
Oh, so nice.
So they said, just give us a few minutes. We want to make sure that there's nobody who just can't make it up the stairs, because this is Casey and the Sunshine Band, and they don't have an elevator at this theater. It's a historic theater. And they were like, we always hold back tickets in case there's somebody who can't do it. So right before the show, they walk us to these seats, and they are front row, but to the side.
But front row.
By the security guard. And the security guard says, this is where my wife usually sits. Can she sit with you? And he was kind of older like us. We were not expecting his wife to be this little hot thing, dancing around in her sparkles. She was so cute and fun. But anyway, so she ended up sitting with us in the seats because they were that close up that they were like the security guard spare seats.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
And as your husband and I were standing to the side as you were talking to the people, we always feel like, there she goes. I mean, you could, as my father used to say, you could talk your way out of a wet paper bag. I mean, honest to God, I've never seen anything like it. It's just in you. And I like to just watch it. It's like a show. So your husband and I had so much fun watching you do your thing. He goes, I'm used to this.
Well, no asking, no getting. But
Right.
the main thing is to know that people are pretty much always inclined to want to help you if you have the right attitude, and let them know in advance that if there's nothing they can do for you, that's also great. Thank you anyway for trying. But it just so happened that we got very, very lucky in that situation. But it was pretty funny later when you guys were both like, yep. We had no doubt, which I had every doubt. But anyway, so we have a topic. We have a monotasking topic to get to. Did we leave anything on your radar?
Well, I had one other thing, and
it
was the bed reset.
Oh my gosh, please tell us about that.
So the reason why I have to talk about this, I don't know his name, and I will find it so we can put him in the show notes.
Yeah.
Because I am very, 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 very picky about my bed. I know it's kind of weird, but I just am. Number one, I have a dog, so she gets hair all over everything and likes to sleep on the bed, which I do not encourage ever since I found out that I'm allergic to her. But it doesn't matter. Okay, she still sleeps on there.
I've got 2 in my bed, so yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very picky even about pillows, because I don't like a lot of pillows on my bed because everyone throws them on the floor. And then I have the thing about the floor, allergens and dog hair. So I just don't like doing that. So I found this guy on my feed who was talking about how to make a bed simply, easily, uncomplicated, and still make it look fabulous. So of course,
I saw this. I don't know his name either.
I will find it because he's so good. He's so good.
It's putting the pillows flat too. Like they're not this way, they're this way. And you just bring everything up.
Yes. And not having a million throw pillows. And so I got inspired by him, and I went and bought all new bedding and made it to where it's easy to wash, easy to make, so that it's not so complicated. I put a throw blanket on, like he said, so that the dog could lay at the end, but then I could wash the blanket as much as I want if I needed to, whatever. And I like that he's not all about just having the bed pillows that you sleep on. And then if you want to throw like a bolster pillow at the front just for design, whatever, if you want. I just love that, because part of my problem was I never felt like my bed was made good because I didn't have all these crazy pillows going on everywhere. And now it looks so good. I'm just so happy. So we will share his information when I find it in the show notes.
Very good. Love it. Great. Okay, we're going to come back and talk monotasking after the break.
If you felt stuck trying to lose weight, you're not alone. Enter Weight Loss by Hers. It's designed to support you in reaching your goals. And Hers now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hers, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite, eat less, and keep weight off. Plus, Wegovy is the first GLP-1 available in a pill, so there are no needles needed. Everything is 100% online through Hers. You'll connect with a licensed provider who will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. And it doesn't stop there. Weight Loss by Hers goes beyond medication by offering access to 24/7 messaging with your care team and tons of in-app lifestyle and nutrition tips like recipes, meal plans, fitness videos, sleep content, and more. Even better, with a range of affordable GLP-1 options, Hers makes it simple to find an approach that fits your needs and your budget if eligible. You'll get a treatment plan personalized to you and unlimited dosage changes as needed. It's weight loss designed to work with your life. Ready to reach your goals? Visit forhers.com/women to get personalized, affordable care that gets you. That's forhers.com/women. forhers.com/women. Weight Loss by Hers is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A/S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit forhers.com.
Okay, we are back and we're talking monotasking. Still have one more segment after this one, and it's organizational based, but this has a little bit of organization attached to it too, but in every part of your life, really. So take it away.
Yes. So I saw this on the news, actually, the real news.
The real news.
Yeah, not my feed or whatever. Monotasking is the practice of focusing on a single task at a time. This was talked about, like I said, on CBS News as a superior strategy for enhancing productivity and reducing stress. Research indicates that multitasking can decrease productivity up to 40% and drop a person's effective IQ by 10 points, which that would be a problem for me. So I told you about this. And once again, we said what we always say. You're like, oh my God, I can't do that. And I'm like,
No.
Oh my God, this is what I do.
Can't do it. Cannot do it. Can't monotask.
Really?
I mean, in this moment right now, you have my full attention, but largely it is so difficult for me that in my job, one of the things I do is I edit video. I'll go out and shoot video with people, do interviews, etc. And then it's my job to come back and do all of the editing. And I can't stay on one project and get it from start to finish. I have to have 2 or 3 started in different stages going at all times. I just can't.
And see, and I'm the opposite. If I'm working on something for work, a video for work, I have to finish to completion that one video, including the writing for it, everything that goes along with it before I move on to the next thing. If I try to multitask, exactly what this says ends up happening to me. I get increased stress because I'm shifting my attention from one thing to another. I make more mistakes, which is true. I constantly am like, oh God, I didn't see that. So I really have started doing this kind of religiously, where I focus on one thing at a time. Even when I'm on the phone and I'm talking like to one of my kids and I'm trying to do a bunch of different things, I'm not really listening to what they're saying. I kind of am, but not really. And so I quit doing that. I'll sit down and have actual conversation. I just think that as you get older, your brain can only retain so much attention, like information. And so when you start putting tons of information in it, at least my brain, it just throws me totally off.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I know it's better. I know it's better to give your full attention on a conversation, especially with your kids. When kids today, it's really hard for them to do the same. I'm half of every conversation I have with my daughter, she's FaceTiming, and I can tell you, I can picture the screen because she's looking over it, always looking over it. She's either eating or doing something. She's doing something when she's talking to me. So I get why being on the receiving end, you would very much appreciate having someone's full attention.
Right.
I know it's also the right thing to do in most work projects. It's just very difficult for me with an ADHD brain. We've talked before about our brains are wired differently.
Yeah.
And some things are difficult. I'm not saying they wouldn't benefit from me trying harder, but it's not a natural feeling for me.
Yeah. I also think that when you're dealing with ADHD, that's different because that's something that you could try as hard as you want, but sometimes it's not going to happen. But what I have noticed, especially with work and with this podcast, we've talked about this too. I don't schedule anything on the days we do our podcast because I want my full attention on the podcast. And if I try to do a whole bunch of different things, my attention is not on the podcast. And that's not fair to our listeners or to you. So I definitely feel like doing one thing at a time allows me to do it well, to do it faster and do it better. So I definitely am a monotasker. I just didn't know it had a word.
Well, I'm glad that we found a word for it. I just think of it as someone who's very focused, and I have tried many, many times in my life to just be that focused to the point of, trying medications. And I'm actually in the process of looking into some things that could be helpful in that way. But it's true. Like today, for example, I've already had a very busy day. If I told you all of the things that have happened this morning, including doing a TV show and packing bags for the USO, snack bags for the USO, and doing all of this. But that's my day. I call them crunchy days, and I actually like them. They go by quickly.
But this is one thing though. I think having kids, you had to multitask or else nothing would get done. You could help with homework while you're making dinner. You can drive carpool while, doing math problems. You can, there was always something you could multitask. And I feel, and I've really been thinking, and we might even do an episode on this because I've been really thinking about it a lot lately. And I don't know if other women over 50 feel this way once their kids are grown and out of the house, empty nesters. You all of a sudden are like, I'm exhausted. Like from years and years and years of being that person, the person everyone came to, the person who got everything done, the person who had the pool guy called and the exterminator and the kids' soccer stuff and making dinners and lunches and, taking care of people. I think at this point, I'm like, I can only handle one task at a time because I'm tired. I'm pretty much done with that part of my life where I'm doing 100 million things at one time because I'm tired. That's it. It's as simple as that.
I get tired hearing about all of the things you do, even with an empty nest. I mean, that's the thing. It's about priorities. You do so many things and do them well, and you're getting them to completion. And I'm left with a lot of half-done things. So I believe if I had the ability to make a choice, 100% ability and innate talent to do it, I would choose monotasking over the way I do it. And you're right. When we think back about all the things we ever did, it is unbelievably tiring. And think about the space that was taken up in your brain. You never had full capacity of your whole brain because you're worried about your kids. They're in school today. What's going on with that? Like you never really got full agency of your brain.
No, you were always dealing with, I call it drama, but it's just regular kid, teenage life. It's not real, And so you were dealing with someone would get sick and then pass it to their younger sibling, and then your husband would get it. And of course, the whole world would have to stop when they get sick. And you just constantly were going. And so I don't want to live that kind of life anymore. I'm kind of like, I just want to do things at a nice, calm pace. And that's what I'm doing. There you go.
That's what you're doing. And you are doing it intentionally. You're doing it with a
Yes.
lot of intention.
Yes.
And
a
with a
lot
lot
of
of
intention.
success, and you're getting a lot done. You're just doing it in a different order than
Yes.
versus, I can do 5 things horizontally and you're doing them 5 vertically. I mean, it's just you're getting through them quicker and probably, if I'm being honest, in a more complete way. But everybody's different, and that's what we love.
Everybody's
We
different.
love that about ourselves. We love that about you.
Yes.
We'll have to post something in our ladies only Facebook group asking you which kind of person you are. Are you much more of a multitasker or more of a monotasker? Both are beautiful things. And bonus, if you can make a relationship, a friendship, any kind of coexistence with somebody who is the opposite.
Yeah.
Because, life is made up of that. It's the spice of life.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk some organizational things when we come back. I'm obsessed with purse drawers.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk about what is a purse drawer when we come back. June is Men's Health Month, and it's time to talk about what really matters. Mental health isn't weakness, it's strength. But too many men are told to tough it out, push it down, and stay silent. That ends now. 1 in 4 adults, including men, experience a mental health condition, and Hearts for Minds is here to break the stigma. Whether it's you, your brother, your dad, or your friend, mental health deserves attention. Visit heartsforminds.org to access resources, connect with care, and start the conversation that could change everything. You don't have to do this alone. Visit heartsforminds.org. We're back, and I'm so excited about this. Tell everyone, please, Chris, what is a purse drawer?
Well, I saw this on social media, and I was loving this. It is a drawer just devoted to the things that you need to change out purses. Now, I probably wouldn't need this because I don't like to change my purse out a lot, very rarely. I'm a one-woman purse bag. I just am. But so many people change out their purses every single day. Is you have one drawer that has dividers in it, so it's sectioned out with drawer organizers, and you keep your chapstick, your eye drops, your, lip stuff, any kind of credit cards that you don't bring all the time, anything that you would put in a purse, different eyeglasses, different sunglasses, you take and you switch it out. So when you empty the one purse, you're not just throwing it on the floor or on the bed. You're putting things back and then getting the new purse and grabbing what you need to put in your new purse. And it makes it so easy to change purses. Sometimes you have a full wallet and then next you have a credit card, that holds just credit cards. So you can put that in. So many options. I love it. Love it.
This is phenomenal. I love this so much. And I'm going to create this in my home 100%. And why I love it is that some things I have in my home, you always say everything needs a home, but I don't know what that home would be. Now, as I think about it, I know exactly where those extra sunglasses that I have should go. I have a pair of reader sunglasses. They don't go with me everywhere, but they would go with me poolside maybe if I was going to read a book or do something like that. So they would go in a purse on a day that I was going to the pool. So I love this for that reason. And I'm tickled by it because, as I told you when we were preparing for this, the Marie Kondo Joy, whatever book that came out years ago, before I ever met you, I read this book, and she had you emptying out your purse every single day and then thanking your purse for its service. So I would take everything out of my purse and then I would open up my purse and I didn't do this, by the way, just so you know, but in her book, she would suggest that you then, and I get that this is a cultural thing, but you would then thank it before you would put it away. So
Yeah, my purse would be like, don't BS me, lady. You know what I mean? My purse would be like, you threw me all over the place. You dropped me a few times. Don't even go there.
You want to thank me? Take the blue one tomorrow.
Right.
I'd like
Leave
to
me
sleep
alone.
in.
Exactly.
All right. Let us know if you're going to try this. I definitely am. And
I also want to say one thing since we're closing this out.
Yes.
I have bought a disco shirt. Why? Because if you guys get us up to, how many did we say?
We needed to double the amount in our ladies only group, and we were at about 1,500, I think it was. And so we want to see it hit. I think we're really close to 2,000 now.
Yes.
I think if we get to 2,500, I feel like 2,500 is fair enough. We're going to have a disco party.
Yes.
We'll do something in North Florida.
Yes.
For sure. But it will be virtual.
Yes.
It will also be, we'll figure it all out. We'll figure it out.
You ladies have to don't let me down. I need to have my
there's a
disco
way.
party.
If you don't know how to invite someone to a Facebook group, Google it, ask AI, and AI is going to be the subject of a very near to the future episode, by the way, because we're both dipping our toesies in AI in a big way. So we'll let you know about that. But in the meantime, let's see, how can we end this episode? If you think that you need to do 25 things at one time to be effective, you can let that go.
And don't look back.